Hi everyone. So I'm going to be telling you guys a story about the time that I went to Global Citizens Festival and broke my knee. So the year was 2018 and it was around, I believe, like September. And I was on Twitter and I started seeing a bunch of Global Citizens Festival tweets. And I was like, what is this? Like, I want to see what this is about. So I ended up searching the hashtag and finding out that a bunch of random people were winning a bunch of tickets for free to see a bunch of artists like The Weeknd, Janelle Monáe, Cardi B, Janet Jackson, just a bunch of A-listers, B-listers, and I was like, I need to find a way to get in. So I started retweeting a bunch of things. I started tweeting out to Global Citizens, and eventually, like a couple days later, I ended up with a pair of tickets. So there's a week left till Global Citizens Festival, and I'm like, who am I gonna take? I end up finding no one for the first couple of days, and I start freaking out because I'm like, I really want to go to Global Citizens. So Global Citizens Festival is on the Great Lawn in Central Park, and I just wanted to go with a group of friends, you know, have a great time, and I just could not find anyone for the first couple of days. So then I found out that my one friend Rhea ended up winning a pair of tickets herself. So she asked my friend Tony, and we were like, okay, like it's a date, like we'll all meet at Tony's house, take the train to the city and have a good time. We get into the city, you know, like everyone's having a great time, we're all excited. The Weeknd is supposed to be closing out the night and we had never seen him before. It was like probably my 18th concert. And I was just really excited for this festival because I don't think I'd at that point had ever been to a festival with just like my friends alone. My mom likes to come along to the concerts with me too. But anyway, so we got to Central Park. We're waiting in line to enter the Great Lawn, and it's, you know, like we're just getting pumped up, everyone's excited. A bunch of like Citibank people come to us, you know, record us for ads. So it's just a really good time. Like we're hearing about a bunch of things that activists and artists are doing for things around the world, as well as hearing music. So yeah. As it gets darker outside, a bunch of people become more excited because that means the weekend comes up soon. And as a group of activists are on the stage speaking about impoverished countries, the mic goes out. And when the mic goes out, the lights go out as well. And Global Citizens Festival is being live streamed at the moment by Twitter and a bunch of news networks. And so the news networks are like, oh, like what happened? So everyone starts freaking out because the lights are out, the mic is out, and we see a group of security members escort the group of activists that were on the stage. So everyone in the audience starts freaking out and is like, what's going on? Like no one's saying anything. And at the moment, my friends and I had just introduced ourselves to another group of kids who were right next to us, and literally in like a split second from us all speaking together, we turn around to see everyone in back of us running, like jetting out of the Great Lawn. And when we see this, my heart like just drops, and I know like my friends as well, like their hearts just drop. So we look at each other, we grab our bags off the floor, and we hold each other's hands, and we just like jet. We start running like in a straight direction, straight to where everyone else is running, because it's just like a huge circle of grass, so everyone, like there's no right way. But as we're running, a bunch of people are being stepped on because there's like thousands of us there. A bunch of like gates are being thrown, they're like fallen. A bunch of people are running into porta potties. My friend Tony actually wanted us to go into a porta potty and hide there because at that moment we had thought that there was an active shooter since everyone just started running and screaming everywhere. But we didn't put ourselves into a porta potty, we wouldn't have fit anyway. But as we run past the porta potties, my friend Rhea sees that a bunch of people are like jumping over this food stand, and we make our way to the tent. And when it's my turn to jump over the chair at the food stand and exit our way out of the Great Lawn, I slip and trip and fall straight on my knee. And I start to freak out. I'm like, oh my gosh, my friends are gonna leave me and I'm gonna be like stranded here. I'm gonna get shot up or something bad is gonna happen to me. Thankfully, my friends did not leave me. They turned right around and saw me on the floor and dragged me off of literal rocks in Central Park down to just regular concrete pavement, and we walked like a mile in the park as everyone was rushing out of the Great Lawn and screaming and crying because they thought there was an active shooter. So I'm walking, like losing consciousness out of the pain that my legs feel, and a park security guard, because the cops at the scene were not very much helpful, but the park security guard thankfully like lifted me up and took me to a bench and called an ambulance for me. And probably 35 minutes later, I was being rushed to Lenox Hill Hospital in Manhattan, and they ripped up one of my favorite pairs of pants in the ambulance, and I was so devastated, so devastated. As I was being lifted into the ambulance, the Global Citizens Foundation people, I'm not really sure, like the people who were running the event had found out that there was actually no active shooter, that there was a loud bang, and the loud bang that caused the domino effect of people running out of the Great Lawn was a gate falling, and they proceeded with the concert. So as I was being lifted into the ambulance from a gurney, The Weeknd was on stage performing his set, and I was so upset. I was like, wow, like they really just continued the festival after this mayhem. Like literal people were lost, a bunch of people lost their things because everyone just got up and ran. Everyone thought that there was a literal shooter at the festival. So yeah, this festival ended up resulting in me having to go to physical therapy for 3 months and have knee pain for the rest of my life. Like my knees will never be the same after that.